Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Good to see you again. I just one real quick thing here. I don't have you folks on gallery after all that. There we go. So I can see you. Um, all right. Well, today we are, I hope, finishing up Grasp the Bird's Tail, giving everybody an opportunity to learn our last movement, push, which of all of them, I think you'll find is the easiest, and give us a chance to really go back and review everything that we have done since we began. And then next week, we will move on to beyond Grasp the Bird's Tail to single whip. So it's going to be an exciting week this week to really get all of this under our belts and review what we've done, and then we'll be moving on. So the class really moves quickly from this point on. So let's start today by warming up as we do our form. And let's do it around the clock. Everything we know, because at the moment we have few enough moves that we can actually do that. So let's give it a try. Let's begin with our, let's put a suggestion for people is to put yourself, if you're looking towards the screen this way, you can put yourself so that you can actually look over your right shoulder, and then you'll be doing it in the same direction as we do it. And if you don't want to do that, that works too. So let's get into prepare. Everybody should have a list of things they do right now. Someday we will play the game of call out your favorite prepare reminder. Is it that vacuum above your head? Is it that your knees are soft? Is it sitting in that sort of just getting ready to sit in that chair or bar stool? So you've relaxed the back of your spine. Is it the tiny magnets at the end of your fingers? Being pulled up by that vacuum, and at the same time, heavy in the bottom half of you. And let's begin with opening, our arms rotating and floating up to shoulder height. And then pushing down, like we're pushing a floatable cushion into water, until you couldn't control it anymore if you pushed further. Grasp the bird's tail, leftward off. I'm going to shift a little to the left, turning out to the right. All of our weight to the right, bend our knees, press a button with our right hand, close step, raise that giant macaw on our left arm, and look to the right. Rightward off, shifting back, turning to the right, all our weight to the left. Grab, pull that left arm, and close step. Bringing a bird up with our right arm and just petting its tail a little with our fingers. Roll back. Queen's wave, rotating that right arm as we turn our upper body only to the right, and then freeze our arms, coming back as we swing left, reeling our arms in and pressing out. Should be able to see a little more of that when we do it in this direction. Prepare, opening, coming up to shoulder height, And pushing that cushion down. Nice. I can see your reflections. Shifting to the left, turning out to the right, swinging those arms a little, and then sit, press that button, close step, raise that giant macaw, and look to 3 o'clock. Right ward off, shifting to the back, turning, all our weight to the left, grab, pull with that left arm, close step, and raise a small bird and touch its tail. Roll back. Remember, we're rotating both arms as we turn our upper body. It's a synchronized rotation. And then shifting back as we swing left. We'll do more of this later again to review it. Turning for press, turning back our waist and expanding out. All right, how's that feeling for everyone? All right. Okay, I would like to watch you do it. So we're going to keep going around the clock, and I'll be doing it with you, but we're going to start from here, and then you'll be turning away from your screen. You're welcome to look as you need to look, but that'll give me an opportunity to look and watch. And opening up to shoulder height and pushing down. Nice, very nice. Lovely. And we're going to shift to the left, turn out to the right. All our weight to the right, bend our knees, push a button, close step, and raise that giant macaw, turning. All right, and shifting to the right or back, whichever you think of it as, turning to the right, all our weight to the left, pulling out with our left hand. Our right foot comes in and then steps out. Right ward off. So our right arm, our right elbow is above our, yeah, it's kind of hard to see at this point. All right, we'll keep going here. There you go. There you got it, Eric. There you go. Good. And we're going to turn our upper body to the right, roll back, and bring it to the left, all in one piece, and reel it in nice and expand out for press. All right, let's stop there. We have where I'm going to review those last two moves for sure. But what on the first two moves would you like to review? Are the first two moves of grasp the bird's tail? Is there anything there with the with left ward off or right ward off?
So I've done the first part of the form in its
Uh-huh.
entirety before, not in a
Mm-hmm.
while. I've forgotten like which hand goes over which for grasp the bird's tail, and then for the second one,
Uh-huh.
is it left over right or right over left?
Let's see. In each case, the image that I use is for left ward off, the left arm is the higher arm, and that's the first one we do. And for right ward off, the right arm is the higher arm. So we'll let's go over those. Let me show them to everyone again. So here is, let's see, here is left ward off. So we shift a little to the left, turn out to the right. If we're kind of swinging our arms a little, we sit, that's bending our knees, and we get into this position. I call it the push a button position. Our palms are kind of going the opposite way. Then we close our arms, they switch sides, and we step. Then this left arm, I just put a big macaw on it. And as we shift forward on this foot, we also turn, big turn to the left, to the right. And then we bring this arm down. So that's left ward off. Right ward off, we shift to the right and we turn a quarter turn to the right. Then we're going to shift all our weight to the left, rotate the left arm and grab and pull and bring this right foot in. All our weight's on the left, so we can do that, to do what I call neutral. Then we finish the closing of our arms as we step. Then we bring up a small bird on our forearm of our right arm as we move forward and stroke its tail.
Okay, so the hand that pushes the button is on the inside.
Oh, good question.
In both cases.
Yes.
Yeah, just trying to figure out like what's an easy way to remember it.
Right. Yes, the hand that pushes the button crosses at the bottom. Does that help? And
Yeah.
then it becomes the top. It becomes the
Oh yeah.
word off, right? And then here, the hand that pushes the button. Is that what you said? That pushes the button? I'm sorry.
Right.
Let's
Yeah.
do that again. I was getting the wrong arm. All right. So the hand that pushes the button comes across the top when you switch sides. And then it goes down as the other arm goes up. So one thing we haven't talked about in this class yet is yin yang. You've probably heard that concept, hot, cold, left, right, up, down, right? So here, there's a lot of that going on, right? One palm out, pushing a button, one palm in. Okay, it's actually your right palm is pushing the button. So let me do it this way. And that way, if we get our shoulders, so you'd be looking over your right shoulder at the screen, and we swing. Our right arm pushes the button. All our weight is to the right. Our arms cross as we step. And then we put the bird on our lower arm. And as we go forward, we also turn our hips and our whole body to the corner. And we actually look all the way towards the screen. That's left ward off.
Okay, I'm starting to remember that. I'm starting to remember it now.
Yeah. And then right ward off. So we're here. Our left arm is up here, right arm is down here. We shift to the right, turn to the right, all our weight to the left, grabbing, pulling, and we're shifting our weight. So our right foot is able to start coming in. It gets to neutral, but then it goes back out as our arms close. And our right arm comes up and we stroke the tail as we come down. So then in the end, we're like this. So let's do those two from here. And I will do my best to the second one, people are going to be turning around. Right? So we're going to shift to the left, turn out to the right, all our weight to the right, press a button, step, close. Think of that close as switching sides, but not going up, down, or whatever with your arms yet. Okay, now the left arm comes up, the right arm goes down, left arm's lifting. You're turning to the corner with your body as you do that. But you're looking to the side. This is left ward off. Right ward off. Shift to the right. Turn a quarter of a turn to the right. Nothing else really changes. Rotate that left arm so you can grab, pull, and actually pull it outside of your shoulder. And here we go again. We sort of have a push a button here, and we have the opposite down here. We are going to bring our arms together and on as we step out. Then you raise that right arm as you move forward, and the left hand arm comes down and strokes the tail. Much better. Let's look at our arm positions here. I mean, let's look at our body positions here. When you're, I'm going to show it here. On your right ward off, on right ward off, you want your wrist to be opposite your shoulder. Nice, very nice corrections, everybody. So your elbow is bent, and your elbow, your right elbow, should be just about where your knee would be. It may be a little in front of the knee, or it may be a little behind the knee, but it should be like up above that railroad track. And then your hands, if again you look over your right shoulder, you should be able to see that your other hand is, the fingers are pointing towards the middle forearm. So your hand, see if I can get like this, so you can sort of see. So that's sort of pointing towards the middle forearm, but there's a little distance, but not a lot of distance. About a fist's distance, if you want to be technical. And we've got our, so that's looking good. All right, any other questions about those two moves at the moment? Eric.
Okay, so you were talking a lot about the right arm position on the right ward off.
Yes.
Is it left arm position on the left ward off any different? Is it still aligned with your shoulders, or?
So the left
Left arm
no,
on
it's
left.
very different. It's very different.
Oh, I meant the left arm on left ward off. So I know the right arm on left ward off is down by your hip.
Right, and the left arm is very different.
Okay.
So remember, you've got a kind of a weird thing here. Instead of being like this for left ward off, right, which would be just the mirror image, right?
Uh-huh.
Do you remember that we take this, we really open our crotch area, our qua here,
Yeah,
and
and I'm more straight up and down.
and
Yeah.
we are more straight up and down, number
Mhm.
one. And then do you remember we had that image of bowling with this arm?
Okay, so you're more
Okay. And
further
this
out.
really long arm. It's a very, so it's not, that elbow is not bent very, it's a nice curve, you see, but it's not bent like in front of you.
Okay, it's not
Like
here,
the,
it's out here. Okay.
yeah, exactly. Oh, that was beautiful, Eric.
Okay.
Great. Exactly. So you're going to be like this. So it actually looks very different, but it is, like it could have been this, but it's not.
Okay. All right.
so
Thank you.
so yeah, very good. Nice question. Anything else on those two moves? All right, I want to go back to last week's moves so that we can really make sure everybody has those, because they can get really tricky. Let me take a first. I want to remind everybody that we did some arm swinging. Do you remember that? So if you can put up your right hand for a minute. Yeah, there you go. Put your right hand. When I come close like this, it means you can mirror that, right? And I usually take this off when I do. Then I sometimes forget it. Okay. So you've got this like this. I'm going to try to pretend that this is my right hand. So if this is, we are like this when we start. This is my right arm, and our upper body is like this in right ward off. Then our lower arm is just going to do this. So our thumb, which was kind of point, that's a little hard to see. It's a little hard to see. Okay, our thumb comes up and over. It's going to do this. And this other arm is going to do what we call that Queen's wave, like this. Nice. So you can just wave it and unwave it here. But you're going to do that while you, so it's a move like this, not your wrist. And so it looks like this when you put them together. And you actually let your head follow it and your gaze follow it. So we start here and our hand is here. Nice. I think everybody's got it. And you have this big, you're always big, a lot of room, like your little balloon. And then we are going to rotate both arms as we turn our upper body. We're not turning our hips, we're just turning our upper body. Nice. Then we're going to hold our arms where they are. And we're going to go all the way to the other side, right, by turning. Then we're going to rotate both arms as we turn back. So that's what the arms are doing. And then we're going to press forward. But there's an easier way to do that last part, in that we can swing these arms, swing them, swing. Nice. Oh, Gail, you have such a great swing. Swing them. And if you don't stop, and you turn that upper body, and then you turn it back, you could just imagine that swinging arm coming back in to you. Imagine it having some momentum. Here it is. We're going to swing, reel them in as we turn back. You just, that elbow bends, right? And then you're close to yourself. So let's try that from here. That part of it. Well, here, we'll start. So here's the right arm. We're going to go this way now. Nice. And you can look over your right shoulder. It's a little harder. We'll do it on the other side in a minute because it's a little harder because of this. So we're going to rotate both arms. So now the right arm is pushing out. It looks like it's pushing out. It is not pushing. It just kind of has that position. And the left arm is pointing. Then you sort of freeze your arms and you shift back as you turn your upper body. Nice. Now, I want you to just let it, reel in as you turn your upper body back. And then press out. Let's do it this way. I think I'm really going the wrong direction for you here. Okay? So the first part, first of all, we're in this right ward off. So we got that elbow. We're in a bow step. The right foot's in front, at the elbow over the knee. And we have our fingers pointing toward the center forearm, our heads up. We're really firmly planted. We're going to rotate both arms, thumb up. Remember, that's the direction of your inside arm. Your outside arm is going to go to palm out as you turn that quarter turn in your upper body. It goes to the corner, doesn't go past the corner. Then we're going to swing it back as we shift back. And actually, you're going to swing a little past the corner. Because shifting back, you can do that. Then let your elbow bend as you turn back your shoulders and your waist. This is what I call reeling in. And when you do that, your other hand, your left hand rotates also so that we can press out. If you can see this, every time I move, I can't. You can press out here. So one more time. We're here in right ward off. And Eric, your left arm's going to be a little closer to your right. Yeah, perfect. All right. Now, rotate. Now, where are my shoulders? My shoulders are square ahead of me, but my arms are now out towards, my right arm especially is out towards the corner, the right corner. Now, I'm going to freeze my arms, shift backwards. As I'm turning my upper body, it's kind of tricky. And your right arm descends just a little bit. Now, do you have your right shoulder should be pointing in the same direction as your right toe. All right? Same direction. Let's go back here again. And turning to the right, squaring your shoulders and rotating your arms. and then turning back. We're going to go on from here as you shift back. Now, let your right arm, right elbow break, and let your right arm just circle in as your left arm rotates your thumb down so that you can then press out. And everybody remember what press is? Press is what you do in a subway when there's too many people around and you're like, give me a little room. Give me a little room. You know, you're kind of like making yourself bigger so that you're not like this all the time. That's kind of what press is. And in this case, we have a push of with our left hand backing us up. Okay, so this is press. This is press, where my beautiful Tai Chi body shape for a second gets too crunched up. You see, this is not like us, right? It wants to do this. This is press. This outward movement of our body. This is press. This is kind of a push to support the press. So that's what's happening. Any questions about those movements?
At what point during the rollback do you start to shift your weight backwards?
Uh-huh. I'm gonna show you from here because you'll be able to see it better, although if you do it with me, that would be a problem. You're here, there's no shifting. Now, as soon as you are square and your right arm is out towards that corner, you're going to freeze your arms, and right then you're both shifting back and turning.
Okay.
Then you turn your upper body back and you let that right arm kind of circle back in front of you and then expand up. All right.
So it's sort of like this part is like a spring, and this is sort of releasing that potential energy a little bit.
This part, when you're in here, is
Yeah.
like it is a bit like a spring. Exactly. You give yourself the opportunity to feel too tight in there. In a way, it's not tight. It's still Tai Chi relaxed, but it's your body shape wants to be here, wants to be hug a tree. So when you come in, you're like a balloon that was compressed and it comes out. Yes. So if you feel that, that's what you should feel. Great way to put it. All right. I want to teach you the next move after this.
Didi, can I ask a question about when you initiate the roll back with the right arm? Do you slightly arc the right arm up, or is it just straight across pretty much? Do you know what I mean?
Not quite up. So we've done this. So you mean at this point?
Yes, is the right arm arcing up a little bit, or is it straight across?
Well, it depends on what you mean. It does do kind
of a little semi-arc.
It looks like that. I think here, let's watch it from here. So you can probably, I'm just going to do it. It does go up a little, a small arc. That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. I
Okay.
see.
Yes.
Your hand
Yes.
arc,
Yes.
not your elbow.
Yes. Just the hand
Yes.
arc up, but not your elbow.
Exactly. It's just sort of the nature of the rotation.
Yeah.
It's the nature of the way I think our bodies are built. But absolutely, whoever said that, was that you, Gail?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I think your elbow is staying at the same height. Plus, you're getting distortion here on the camera. Now, when you come here, and I used to always, until I got this down, I used to always think of like I was holding a branch, like a part of a tree, and you just come down like this. But there's a little bit of down and there's a lot of to the side. And my upper body is actually more than corner here. Corner is here. And that's why I can get this little turn back. I turn back. I don't turn back all the way. I just turn from here to here. That's enough to help reel this arm in. And then it comes back out. And again, when you're in press, you're a little open to the corner. You can't be quite as open and keep your body shape. And this wrist will still be opposite your shoulder. But you see how you're open, but you're not like this, right? You're because you have this rounded shape. Yes.
Your left hand a little closer towards your wrist than midpoint? Or is it
so that has my understanding is that martially it could be anywhere in here. And because it could be anywhere, we put it in the center. Okay? So whenever it says pointing towards the middle forearm or this side or the other, or put it on the middle forearm, that's usually what's going on. All right. Good questions. Wow. All right. Let's push it. We've pushed a car before. Let's push a car again. So right foot forward in a bow stance. Right foot forward in a bow stance. Remember what we've done before? Just give yourself a car. Get on there, get ready to push it. And I want you to feel, remember, one of the things is the best place where you can really feel the interaction between your front foot and your back foot and how they kind of grab the ground. Because when you're getting ready to push something, you've got to dig in with both of your arms. But this is push, right? Everybody knows this is kind of how you're going to push. And then you're going to push. Now, I want you to push that car until your arms are out and your weight is more towards the front. Now you see I still have a nice curve here. Because this doesn't help me, does it? To go further. And it doesn't help me to do this, right? It doesn't help me to do this. In fact, I might, if that car really goes, right? I might go forward. And because of that, my feet are always do what we call dung chung, and I can't pronounce that at all. But it's a pushing and supporting, and we get in this position and we push down with our back foot, and we're still we're still sort of pushing back a little, pushing down with our front foot at the same time, but we're just controlling ourselves. And then at the end, we definitely push down with our front foot so that we don't go flying off. So it's something to just imagine. Imagine real pushing. Let me show you how we get into push. All right. Here we are. I'm going to come face you. So here we are at the end of press. And we've still got this nice arm here. See, this was right ward off. And this is the end of press. So they look very similar, except you're just a little tiny less turned, right? The end of press. So what do? You turn to the right enough. You've been pressing out. You're going to turn to the right enough that your shoulders square. Then I want you to imagine that you're pulling, like, I don't know, you could grab somebody's shoulders or something, but we're not going to do that right now. You're going to pull in, or arms, and you're going to shift back and down. Let me show you how that looks. We were here, here, here. Just as I get back, my arms are now in front of my chest. And I'm back. And as Dario said earlier, I feel a little bit compressed, like I've got energy that could go forward now, but I don't want to go back any further. So we push with our back foot to help push us forward. Makes sense? We shift forward and our arms come out. And if you did this fast, you would actually have a real push. Nice, nice. So how do we get there? Let's do it this way. We were here. Remember, our chest is not straight forward. Our chest is also not fully to the corner. It's in between because we want to keep this sort of rounded shape. So our chest is going to, and our shoulders are going to square. And as they do, our arms are going to separate. So there's no shift here. All there is a waist turn to square your shoulders, and your arms naturally can come out easily. Nice. Then you're coming back, bending your elbows as you come back. And as they get most of the way back, I think of it as a garage door. It comes down. And then you want to feel like you're pushing a car to the front. Nice. Back to your press position. You're a little turned to your left. So from here, you can just keep pushing that arm a little to open. How do you get that push to open though? You're turning your shoulders. Then you're coming back over the garage door and forward, shifting forward. One more time. Here, here. Little turned to your left, but not the full corner. And you've come out like this. You're kind of as far as that's going to work. But now you turn your shoulders square towards the wall and your arms separate. Shift back, bend your elbows, and come over the garage door and push forward. Nice. Any questions about this move? Compared to the ward-offs, this is a piece of cake, right?
Dee,
Yes.
Can I ask, it's John, can I ask a question? When you go back, initially, do you go back to 60-40 or is it 50-50? I mean, you go back further, it seems. I just want to make sure I'm doing it correctly.
Well, when you go back, you should be going back to 60-40. I mean, 40 in the front, 60 in the back. Okay. So here I'm 50-50. Here I'm 60-40.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Thank you. Yeah.
So yes, and the fact that we're leaning forward, do you see this line that I have from the top of my head to the back of my heel? Now watch my upper body. I'll just keep myself like this. When I go back and push, I keep that absolute same angle. And by keeping that angle, I'm also, in a way, giving weight to the front, right? I mean, if I were like this, the front wouldn't have as much weight, right?
Yeah. So
I'm just going to keep it here.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to do grasp the bird's tail. And I'm happy to have you shout out at some point what your question is going to be. So you can interrupt me. We may keep going, but that way there'll be a way to remember what your question is, because we're going to go, if there's no questions, we'll just keep going around the clock of doing grasp the bird's tail. And we'll do grasp the bird's tail, but we'll do opening as well, because that gives us our start position. Does that work? Because this is our opportunity to work on grasp the bird's tail. So we're going to get a lot of practice in. Let's start here. In prepare. Take a moment, get yourself centered, head up, relaxed waist. Get your gorilla on, that gorilla seat of yours. And opening, arms floating up, shoulder height, and pushing down. Left ward off, shift a little to the left, turning out to the right, all of our weight to the right, and we sit, bending our knees, pushing that button, close, step, left ward off. Right ward off, bending that right knee, turning to the right, a quarter of a turn, all our weight to the left. Bring our left foot in, our arms are closing and out. They finish closing. They finish closing as we put that heel down. Bring up the right arm and the left arm descends. You should be able to look down at this point. See that you're in a good bow step. See that your right elbow is somewhere around your right knee, if you look down. And your right forearm is across your body. Just check yourself. And your right wrist is about the height of your shoulder. Now from here, we're going to go into roll back. You can't see, so you're going to remember. We are going to rotate both of our arms as we turn only our upper body to the right, no shifting in weight, until our shoulders are square to where we started, and our right arm is to the corner. Our left arm is, we could kind of read notes written on the palm if we wanted, but the fingers are pointing towards the middle of our forearm. Freeze our arms, shift, back, back, as we swing our upper body only. We're now open to another corner, just a little bit more than 45 degrees. Now we're going to let the right elbow, let the right forearm swing in as we turn our upper body back, not shifting, staying back, and then expand forward. As we turn our shoulders for push, our arms separate. We shift back, keeping that lean over the garage door and push up the diagonal. Let's try from here. Any questions before? All right. Prepare. Opening. Coming up and pushing down. Left ward off, shift to the left, turn out to the right, all our weight to the right, swing our arms back and up, close, step, and bring that left arm up and stroke that giant bird's tail. Right ward off, shifting to the right, turning, quarter turn to the right. I'm sorry, 45 degrees. All our weight to the left. Foot comes in, right foot comes out, and right ward off. Just take a little look down. Is everything lined up the way it's supposed to be? Are you too tight here? Or are you nice and expanded? We're going to be rotating our arms as we turn our chest, our torso square to the direction we're looking right now, to 3 o'clock. We're going to square up our shoulders as we rotate our arms, then shift back as we turn, not moving our arms otherwise. Relax your elbow so your arms can reel in as you're turning back to just maybe a little less than corner, and then coming forward, pressing forward. Go ahead now and open your arms. How do you do that? You square up your shoulders. Come back over the garage door and push forward. Questions?
So when my mom was teaching me the form, I got about, I think about probably about halfway through the second part of the form.
Uh-huh.
Um, I was still a little unclear as to what the limit is on how far forward your forward knee should go during a bow step. The way that I felt like it should have been done, but I don't know if this is like the way that you do it, is that like the shin should be like straight up and down, but never like past that.
So
Um,
most people that you see will be somewhere between, and of course, cameras lie, somewhere
yeah,
between this, where I would say, see, it looks straight up and down, but given that your knee sticks out, right? So it
yeah,
depends on what you're wearing, you know. But what you really want, here's how you tell, Dario. You get in a good bow stance, you get in good position, and then you glance down. Can you still see your toes? You ideally you should be able to see, at least half of your toes, half of the part of your toes, and wherever it is that your shoe, ends up, if you're wearing a sneaker, your shoe ends up having that sort of break in it, because that's where your toes are. Um,
right.
your knee should be near there, near there.
So very slightly extended past vertical.
It could be, or it can be vertical. Yes.
Yeah.
If you watch videos of people who are doing it, you tend to see it's just past vertical. And I think that's because of this Dung Chung I was talking about earlier that we haven't talked too much, but that's the fact that you're all the time kind of, the rest of the group did an earthquake experience where you kind of go earthquake, and at that moment you really feel it. You really feel it in your feet. You ground yourself and you feel those feet. And when you're in a bow step, especially if you're you're going forward, you see, this looks square, but it's not quite, but it is not past my toes. Do
Oh
you see?
yeah, because your shin is slightly like it's slightly curved.
Yeah. Yeah. It all depends on, how you're built too.
Hmm.
Yeah. So good question. All right, we're going to stop there. Next time, I was thinking I would get there today, but I didn't. I haven't told you where you should be looking for all these moves. And so next time when we're practicing, I'm going to be telling you where to look. In general, you're either looking at the opponent that's about to attack you, or that you're about to attack, or you are following the lead arm. So if you're watching a video, you can usually see those two, or following your body's turning. In general, in Tai Chi, we don't want to telegraph what we're doing, so we're going to sort of follow what we're doing. Think of it that way. So my apologies for not getting to that fully today. We'll be closing class, and thanks everybody for wonderful questions. Really appreciate it. See you next week.